What's up, everybody? We live now.
Hey.
It's a special one.
It's not our normal situation.
Not our normal time, and not normal
Day.
Normal
setup.
It's a surprise live. Guys, thanks for joining. But we're gonna be doing some Nug Shots tonight, and I'm gonna take you through the process of how you do those cool spinning, super high def Nug Shots that are so dope. So I'm going to take you guys through the process, show you the equipment, software, the whole setup. We're going to try and do one start to finish right before the holidays.
We're here, and we also have a live tomorrow. So
yeah, and don't forget, guys, Christmas special stream tomorrow. The normal Sunday live, we were debating on if we wanted to go live tomorrow, but we're doing it. Doing it live, Christmas Eve. If you guys are just at home chilling, having a chill one like we do, we already got all the Christmas parties out of the way, luckily. So we just get a relaxing night at home and get to kick it with you guys, have a fun one.
Yeah, we're just doing some stuff with the kiddos here at home. Besides, so we're making the best of our vacation times. Just chilling at home.
Yeah,
we love it here. So
I heard Santa brought some gifts for the stream tomorrow too. So there's going to be some giveaways and some chances to win some awesome prizes. So definitely tune in tomorrow, guys.
Some fun ones.
8 p.m. the normal time.
Santa sleigh's coming right in. Ho ho ho.
Ho ho ho. What do we got
Bing
tonight?
Bong back there.
We got Bing Bong, guys. We got it all set up. We're going to take you around through the setup, show you how we shooting them Nug Shots. This is the target for the stream tonight.
Yeah, we're going to be chopping this beast down.
If you guys have been following along and seeing on the Twitch streams we've been doing daily from 2 to 5 Eastern on Twitch, you get a live stream of all the tents, what's going on, and all the updates. So this is Nova OG from Twisted Tree Genetics, and she's ready to go. She's probably at day 89 now. She donking over.
Yeah, she has been. I've been wanting to take her out for a little bit. We actually have something that needs to go in solo cups tonight as well.
Yup.
So that's going to be happening tonight too, you guys. We're going to be putting some new babies in. We got 3 Mephisto, 2 fast buds going in, and one of the Mephistos is the medical 1-to-1.
1-to-1.
So
excited about that.
I am excited about that.
So we're gonna be going in there, picking out the prettiest Nug, get her ready for the photo shoot, and then I'm gonna take you guys through the setup of the cameras, the flashes, the kind of system I'm using to be able to do those 360 shots. We're gonna be able to see those shots live as they come in to the computer. So as the photos are being taken, we'll be able to see them live through the computer as they come in.
This is a new thing.
It's a new thing. It's something I spent most of the day today setting this all up because the setup is extreme. So if there are some technical difficulties, we apologize, or I apologize, because I'm the one who set it up.
And you're just going to hear our banter and how we work together in this space and what happens.
The banter.
Live when Neil gets nerding out with the cam stuff.
We're gonna be nerding out for sure. So a lot of people were asking about a lot, like what kind of camera gear am I using? How are you doing these kind of shots? Things like that. So I just actually got a new flash. Actually, it was supposed to come on my birthday, but now it's here a little early. So I was like,
2 days after Christmas.
Yeah, 27th, day before Dakota's. Don't forget, December 26th is Dakota, Homegrow TV's birthday. So make sure you go wish him a happy B-Day. The day after is my birthday, December 27th, 2 days after Christmas. So we're like B-Day bros. There's a connection there for sure. Bacon asking how to send pics, dude. Probably the best way, jump on the Discord. You can drop your pics in there, or you could DM us on the gram, or if you're part of the Patreon, there's now chat rooms there where you can post pictures and share of the grow. So lots to do. We
have some things.
Should we take it to the tent? Or should we warm up with a Bing Bong?
I think we should warm up with a Bing Bong. Just make sure, as long as you have everything set already.
I might skip the Bing Bong until we get the photos underway.
Well, I'm gonna warm up with some Bing Bong. I do want to take a peek and get one of those top nugs.
Who do we get?
We trim that baby up while you explain to them like your camera setup. I'll be in there like trimming off these nugs.
This pride and joy. I think we should maybe remove some of these dead crinkly leaves.
Get those dead crinkly leaves.
Get her glamour shot ready for her pics tonight for the 360 spin.
She needs it.
Yeah, we're gonna get it going, guys. So gotta warm up.
Yeah, you guys are getting the studio from a different angle. This is actually Neil's like work computer. So if
Different
you see
computer.
behind us right here, this setup is our normal like stream setup where you see the sign in the background. We're on the other side.
The normal setup. We got Bing Bong over there. We got all kinds of options on viewing this whole. Bing Bong's ready.
I'm over here.
Bing Bong's ready. We're back here.
I can't see my hand yet. Is that frozen?
I don't know. This one
it's totally frozen.
It might be frozen. Might have to reset cam one.
Yeah, that one needs to be.
Let's try and give her a reactivate.
Oh, there we are.
There we go.
See, this is.
We live. This is part of the technical difficulties. I can't tell if this one is frozen too, maybe. Oh no, it looks like it's showing green. So we should be good, but we got all the angles to take you guys around and really show you how this is going to go down.
Yeah,
if you're
Neil's
curious,
just going to nerd out about the cams for a while.
If you're curious on the macro photography, how the 360 shots are done, and kind of the workflow, not only with the softwares I'm using, but just how to do it.
It does take patience, you guys.
Yeah, it definitely does. And just to let you guys know, this is probably the third time I've really shot some Nug Shots. And so it's I've been shooting photography for a long time, but this is like a whole new process. So as you go through workflows, you start to refine and get better and better. So this is, these should be good, but it's going to be, the third try here. And it always gets better every time. The flash is going to make a substantial difference. For sure. So we think, baby, you want to Bing Bong it up real quick, and then I know my baby's ready. My baby's ready.
It's Saturday. Christmas is on Monday. Oh, I didn't clean out Bing Bong today. I'm gonna put some new water in this. This is gross.
Some new water.
Sorry, I just can't.
Dirty bongs? This is not prepared.
I usually clean Bing Bong before, but. We decided to play the game of trouble with the boy.
We were playing some trouble with dinner. And so I've been setting up all day, kind of getting as much pre-set up as I can. Obviously, when we get the Nug out here and dialed in, we'll start to do some test shots and start to dial in some of the settings on the camera. But the setup is kind of extensive. Actually, before I start powering up some of this stuff right now.
Power it up. Bing Bong's
Big pop of flash on. You definitely want that, and maybe a little light. You got it there. What are we smoking on? I think you got some.
That's the new.
The new? Oh my cords, babe. What was that? Oh, clicked it.
It was this.
R.I.P. camera number, whatever.
Oh my god.
Yeah, watch out, babe. There's some cords in there.
Well, I tried.
Yeah, that's okay. Just
I'm sorry.
watch your step.
There's cords literally everywhere, you guys. This is why usually when Neil does this kind of stuff, I just leave the room.
It's definitely safer.
Because me and Bing Bong are like, oh, what are you doing here?
Let's bring some stuff. Okay. While you do that, I am going to step over here and see if I can get that fixed. Hopefully it's still in working order.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're fine.
Guys, I'm excited about this one because Jesse James sent us this Twisted Tree, the one we're about to top. And everything Jesse James sends us is like, we almost are like, when do we get to smoke it? As soon as he sends us the beans.
Jesse James is a fam.
Always coming through with that.
Send in the good stuff all the time, every time.
Oh. Yeah, Yeah, this is delicious. This is the what are we smoking on? The Fast Buds. What one was this? The purple banana purple punch.
Yeah.
Banana purple punch. She smells citrusy to me. I don't get purple. You guys know purple has a smell.
No, that's definitely not banana purple punch.
Oh, it's not?
Did you grab it from that bag?
No, it was the one hanging up that we trimmed
Oh.
yesterday.
Then yeah, that probably is banana purple
And it
punch.
was banana purple punch, right?
Yeah, I think
There was a
so.
little nug sitting here, so me and Bing Bong are checking it out. Got a problem with that?
No.
Right, Bing Bong? He likes to hold it sometimes. That's what I call ghosting. Turning myself into a whole cloud. So, let me just. You don't have your thing. Show you what nails through the rear.
Oh God! Please don't clink that. That's probably the most important thing you're holding right now.
I'm not
not
gonna
to
clink
drop.
it. Chill.
It's all right. All right. So you want to go to. Whoop. Man, something got really messed up because I can't control any of the cameras now.
Oh well, then that was all me
Something. Hold on.
from doing that. I just tripped.
We'll rip the cord out of it while it was live. So I'm trying to get all the cameras back online, guys. Give me 1 second. Sorry.
Technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties always.
Well,
this is not great.
here we go. Well, me and Bing Bong just fucking shit up over here. I'm so sorry.
It's all right.
Bing Bong, why'd you do that shit, man? It's his fault. So, I'm gonna take another because I'm not high enough already.
Haven't done enough damage already. We good.
Listen, do you? Are you? You guys, thanks for sticking around for a hot second while Neil figures this out. That was there. That's it.
Well,
We're on it.
that's one of them, but we
That's
have
the one that I disconnected.
yeah. But now the other ones seem to be
Oh, sorry. That was my sorry.
not quite functioning. Let me try and disconnect them and reconnect them. When in doubt, unplug it and plug it back in. Sorry, guys. It's all part of the fun, right?
Yeah, it's part of the fun.
Okay, I think this one is working again. Just be very careful, babe. There's cords everywhere.
Okay.
So just
Heard.
yep.
Heard.
And then
Cords
hold on.
everywhere.
Number 2 is still out of commission. Let's see if we can get it back
Walk.
on.
Walk like a giraffe today.
Yeah. We're getting there, guys. We're getting there. Oh my, there we go.
Oh, we got. Oh.
Oh my gosh. Literally just said to walk like a giraffe and almost clinked it. Careful.
There you go.
Please, careful. Please be so careful. All right.
I need to leave the room, I think.
Woof. Right? Yeah. Working on the holidays. So, all right, guys. I think we're pretty much ready. We're going to jump in the tents. Tent number 3's got some beautiful nugs. Heaven's gonna hopefully go in there without burning the house down and grab that thing.
You know what? What is that? Okay. Well, that's good. This is the one we're going in?
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna chop off like a nice one right now.
Yeah, we just want one of the best.
It's just, you know which one's the best one is.
What do you? I mean, I'm thinking I
Is
know.
it that one that's falling right the fuck over?
Ooh. We gotta do some adjustments
No.
here.
It's definitely her.
You think it's number one? Give me enough stem to work with. I'm thinking take it right here. That's what I'm thinking.
In here?
Yeah. We want to leave enough for the claws to grab it and to get a good spit. Yeah, it looks great. And then basically there is some, this one's.
Can I take some stuff off there?
Sure.
Can I get out of here?
Yeah.
Okay, so while Neil takes some pretty pictures of this, I'm probably gonna be taking the rest of it down.
Well, you won't be able to because you can't go in there because it's going to affect the photos.
I'm just kidding, I'm not gonna do that.
None of that's going to happen. But we are going to trim this up to get it photo ready. Obviously, we got some just kind of gnarly
You got it before?
Yeah, we just got some leaves coming off it that we don't want in the photo. Yeah, she did 87 for auto, so she's running a little longer, but just the size of the plant, we can tell that she's ready to go. So while Heaven's trimming that up, I'll start to show you guys some of the equipment and some of the setup we got. So for the camera, I'm using, it's a Canon R5. And the lens I have on right now is the RF 100mm macro. It's f2.8 with the Canon R5. And just some tips for this, guys. I would recommend if you're going to do a lot of macro stuff, probably want some wall power adaptation for your camera to make sure the battery doesn't die during the process of shooting. We have a remote flash trigger that's going to trigger our strobe over here. So this is the new strobe that I picked up. This is the Godox QT 603M. And I picked this one up. It's a 600 watt strobe light. And it has a fast recycle time. And one of the reasons I got it is because it has under a second recycle time. So when the flash goes off, it's ready to go again immediately. Because once we start taking the pictures, it's going to be going pretty fast. So it's fully adjustable, high-speed sync, has a modeling light, which is just a regular LED light that's on constantly. So that's actually light having up right now. We got a reflector on the other side to capture some of the light that's coming off the flash. So that will direct it, help light the other side of the nub once we get it onto the middle. As far as tripods go, this is a small rig one. I actually really like this one. It's got a fluid head on it. It's super duper stable. And it has a little level inside there that you guys can see. So when you set your tripod up, even if the legs aren't all level, you can actually turn this handle in the middle and then level just this part. So it really helps quickly to set up the tripod, get everything level and locked. And you're definitely going to want some kind of sturdy tripod situation when you do something like this, because you don't want your camera to move, you don't want it to shake.
Do you want me to leave? Sorry. Do you want me to leave like these little spaghetti or take them all off?
It's up to you, man. If they looking like they should go, they're looking curly and maybe dead, then maybe take them out. But however you think they'll look the best for the plans.
Sure.
Another reason I like this tripod is because it has single lever locks for the legs. So instead of having like 3 separate ones for each leg, you just flip one thing, adjust it, and lock it, and it does go really high if you need. So it's a great tripod, definitely good there. You're gonna want a good tripod, DSLR. And the other thing, the thing probably the most important that's making this happen is something called the Stack Shot 3. So this is an automated macro stacking system. It's made by a company called Cognisys. And this actually triggers the camera to take a shot. And then the other part of it is it has a rotary table right there, or turn mechanism. So it will take a shot, it will make an adjustment, take a shot, make an adjustment, take a shot, make an adjustment, and knock out all your photos. So you can definitely do something like this purely manual. They make little tables with degree indicators, and you could manually turn a table and do it that way. It would just take a lot longer, and it's not going to be as precise. So this can move in very, very, very fine increments down to like, I don't even know, super small degrees of a degree.
Teeny tiny.
Yeah, teeny, teeny, tiny. So we're going to take some shots. We're going to get that nug on there. And then we're going to get some test shots because we have to dial the lights and the exposure and everything for the camera. What you see on there is called a color checker. And this is for color camera calibration. Because usually when you take photos, just depending on the light and the auto white balance of your camera, might not be the greatest. You can use this with a piece of software. It will analyze the color chart on that it sees there and then adjust the photos to be as color accurate and true to life as possible. So first shot's going to be the color checker, and then we'll go through, start taking our other shots and see where we're at. Once everything looks good and dialed, then we'll start the process of the full 360. We'll bring in the software, show you guys how it works, and then how we put all of those photos into a high definition video for the seed to harvest of this baby. Nova OG. How's she smelling over there? Cat pee still? A little bit of peas?
She's different.
She's
She
different.
smells like eucalyptus.
Eucalyptus leaves.
Oh, come smell.
Yeah, kind of fresh, earthy.
So where do you want me to put this baby?
Oh man, so okay. While you're holding that, okay, all these all you're happy with how everything's looking. There's maybe just a few like little straggler weeds that you can take off. So don't have it would be nice if these were real fresh and we were taking them. I'm sure with the fast flowers, we're gonna get some epic Nug Shots with those.
Yeah, I think so too.
So we'll kind of
I'm
guide you guys
excited for
through
those
that.
ones. Those ones are looking gorgeous, by the way.
Right? So let's get ready. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh, what?
It would appear something's frozen.
Oh. It's too much situation over here. Is the flash too much for the cameras?
I don't know, but the live appears to be froze. Is it frozen for you guys?
Frozen. How many people are here?
171. Okay, it just like caught up all of a sudden. Not sure what happened. Did you guys see all that with the equipment and everything, or was it just a glitch in the matrix? There's a lot going on to this setup. There's cords everywhere.
It's cords everywhere. I've already tripped on them a couple times. Per usual.
So we're going to switch over, guys. Here's what's going on. So for most of my processing, I use Adobe Lightroom. It's for raw processing. When I take photos, I always take all raw photos because it gives you the most flexibility in editing afterwards. When you take a lot of photos and they're like JPEGs, that tends to cut out a lot of the information or the color information. So if you have like a blown out highlight, it's going to clip all that to make the file size smaller. So when you shoot in RAW with your DSLR, you have a higher dynamic range. It gives you more flexibility in editing if it's not like perfectly shot. So if you're wondering the difference between RAW and JPEG, RAW is going to look like a flat image because there's nothing done to it, but it has a higher dynamic range. It gives you more flexibility in editing. So whenever I shoot stuff, I'm always shooting RAW. JPEGs are a smaller file size, and what we'll actually do is take these RAW files, process them. So we'll do some color stuff, and we'll kind of tweak them up, get them looking nice. Then we'll actually convert them to JPEGs to make it into a finalized video. So now that this is here, and another great thing about Lightroom is you can plug your camera into it and we can do tether shooting. So set this up. I have it set to output the photos that we take onto a folder in my desktop. Okay, connects to the camera, and it actually lets you do some controls and things of the camera through it. I think there's even a live view here. Appears to be tiny. It's tiny. Kind of tinied out. So first thing we'll do is we'll get a picture of this color checker as soon as heaven steps.
Oh, I'm sorry.
All set? Okay. So a little live view of what the camera's seeing at the moment. And then we can go ahead and take a picture from here. Boop. Fires a flash. Takes a shot. We have a live now view of that. So everything's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that exposure. The black is blacked out like I want. I just have like a black drop cloth behind there. And it just makes a nice clean black background. So everything's looking pretty good here. I'm pretty happy with this. So now that I have this photo that we can use for reference, there's a piece of software that will go and analyze these color patches, and then it will basically color match. So we can take that from this photo. It will know those patches. It knows what colors they're supposed to be. It can make the proper adjustments, and then we can take that profile and apply it to all the images that we're going to take from the camera. So that's good. We don't need this one anymore. So we can get the color checker out of here. How's the nugs coming, babe?
You take a peek and tell me how pretty you want it.
She looking good?
Should I just clean it all up?
Yeah. Because we'll be able to see all the little pieces. If there's little pieces on there, maybe we should get some tweezers. That's a good part of this. Is some little tweezies. It's almost like a wet trim.
It really is.
Man. Hope you guys are all having a good one. Thanks for joining us. Sorry about the difficulties. We're trying to work through them on this extreme setup. Got like 5 cameras going into the computer.
Yeah, this is a really extreme setup, actually. What's going on in here?
Was working flawlessly. So we had a little accident.
So we go live, and then Heaven trips over the cord and ruins everything, because just keep Heaven in a box over in the corner.
We losing cam 1.
Are we really? Right now?
I was really hoping this was going to go way smoother than it is now. So apologize, guys. And thanks for love. We are streaming on Twitch and YouTube at the same time. Oh, what are you doing over there, cam number 2? You're just not wanting to go. Oh man, it just went, and then I unplugged it.
What?
There it is. Okay. Back in biz. Partially. Man, I've lost control of the cams. We're trying to get control back. So this will work.
People are here for the weed porn.
People are here for the excitement.
Is it exciting? Because this sounds kind of boring. Should I just put this baby on here? Like, how else do you want it?
Sure. Or actually, hold on.
Okay. I will hold my horses. Getting kind of thirsty now.
Bring the water.
I have a drink over there. Okay.
Okay, I'm just gonna give up. It is what it is. This is the cam angle you guys get. Oh my god, it's freaking out.
Oh my god. Just leave it alone for a while. Come back to it.
And now the other one is off. What the heck?
Sorry. Do you want to just do this or what? Because this baby's almost ready.
Sure. Check. This is all screwed up back here.
Screwed up over there?
It's all melting down.
I'm so sorry.
Let's try this. Full reset. How we going, guys? Rocking and rolling?
Yeah, okay, ready. It is what it is. Oh my gosh, she's donking over.
Oh, she's not liking it. She's not liking it one bit. Right? What would life be like if everything went smoothly? All right, we're just gonna call it. Call it good.
Same. He's like nerding out over there, making it correct. I'm over here nerding out. Like in the zone. Sorry guys. I'm not like saying anything.
Just trying to get some of these cameras back so you guys can see a little bit better. Can you unplug that camera from the back of it right next to you that you clinked, babe? And plug it back in.
All right, she's in the. She's in the. Me and Big Mom are just like so exhausted now. So, yeah, we need a break. We're gonna hang out over here. Well, we can't clean anything. But I'm going to meet you. The goods. Well, hello. Where are you at? Over there? Over here. Right there.
Okay.
Cheers, y'all. Neil's over here figuring out his color checker situation. And me and Bing Bong are overseeing the operation.
Okay. There we go. I think that's probably good. Don't touch anything. Don't touch anything, Neil. I think we're good. All right. So here we go. What is this number? Everything has changed now, so nothing is the same as it once was. 2. Oh, hi. Hi again. Wow. Okay. Sorry for that massive problem, guys. Was not ready for any of that. Was so dialed. I spent all day dialing this and working perfectly. Clinks happen, and we're back. All right. So here's our first shot. Here's how it turned out. So we got the color checker. Color checker is dialed. Having it sense moved into the nugs. And what we're going to do now is we got to line up the nug for our shot.
She's a beauty.
So
this is an auto flower, you guys, and this is just the top.
So that means we got to position our camera and get the nug in there. And the biggest thing, one of the most important things, and take you guys with me. So here's how you guys can kind of see this little piece here. This is something I got off Amazon. It's a little stand with like an alligator clip, and you can use it, and that's what I'm using to clip and hold with the thumb. Single focus. You can focus if you want to. So you can see it's just a little clip that goes on there, and then on top of it is the little table from a company called Cognisys. It's part of their system that works for the macro stacking. So this will make super fine adjustments as the camera takes pictures. It will start to rotate on this table. So what we want to do is we need to get that bud like perfectly as centered on that table as we can, so that way it spins centered. Because what's going to happen is the focus from the camera, if it's not straight as it turns and the nug changes position, is the focus will no longer be focused, and then you'll have half your spin blurred. So it's important to try and find, if you can, like a really, you want a straight nug as you can. You want it on something stable. You want to align it so it's centered as much as possible while it does its rotation. So we got to get this dialed in. We're going to tweak on this, get it centered as much as we can, and then start to do some test shots. Once it looks like it's dialed, then we can start the full rotation. So maybe one of these other cams. Which one is the one now? This one. So what I'm going to do is try and center this, make sure it's straight. We're going to do some test spins a little bit and see how straight it is until we're pretty confident that it's going to be where it has to be. See, this branch has a curve to it.
I know. I was trying to make it straight when I put it on there.
So we're probably going to cut it down a little bit more to where it's a little bit more of a straighter spot. And then this has a little bit, the arm has some articulation to it, so we can really kind of try and get it as centered as we can. I really wish we had some tweezers to be able to pick off things, little clippings and things that you
All right,
don't want.
I'm grabbing a set just for the studio. Because you can't have my good ones. Oh no, my fuzz for my
So I think that's pretty good. Go in.
And Joe says, "Can you quit your channel and become my camera guy?"
Turn these exposures down just a tad.
Yeah, this is a different way of you guys. You guys don't get to see the studio like this normally.
Yeah, it's kind of a all over situation.
Yeah, it's kind of an inside kind of situation. Obviously, usually he's not also streaming and trying to deal with all the other cameras at the same time. So when Neil says this is an extreme setup, he's not joking.
It's an extreme one. Some technical difficulties. Let's see. There we go.
CB, you're funny.
What's up, CB? Happy holidays. Hope you and Pops are having a good one. Everything got messed up after the first clink, so everything's backwards now.
I'm so sorry. There you go.
It's all right. All right, so here we go. So now that I have the butt on there, I think reasonably straight. So with the stack shot, we can start to move it. There's controls on here. This is all touchscreen. And in a typical stack macro, what it would do is we'd also be using a rail system that would move the camera here in and out. But because we're just going to do a 360, we don't have to worry about moving the camera in and out. We're just rotating the bud and taking photos as it goes. We're not stacking images here. We're just getting a series of images to make a full spin. So we'll definitely do some stacking ones later, so you guys can see how that all works. But for this, right now I'm just gonna, you can hold on here. It will do a demo spin, and we can kind of get around and see if we're looking pretty centered. And actually what I'm probably gonna do is I'm gonna try and set my focus and everything on the camera. And if you are using, like I have a Canon, depends on your camera, but I feel like most cameras these days have what is called focus peaking, which means when you have your camera in manual focus mode, it will highlight the areas that are in focus. So what I'm doing right now is I set my focus and I'm spinning the bud and I'm watching for it to enter an area where maybe it's out of focus and it's no longer showing red anymore. I'm also positioning the camera to make sure that everything is centered in the image here so I can get the shot I want. It looks like everything is pretty good. Probably as good as we're gonna get it. So now what we're gonna do, if you can slide over, babe.
Yep.
So now we're gonna take a test shot and see how everything is lined up. If the exposure looks good, if the image looks good, and then we'll make some adjustments from there. So we want to go, where did the, oh, here's the tether. So everything should be tethered still. We're gonna fire a shot. And I'd say I'm honestly pretty happy with that.
Oh, that's so cool, right?
Just off the get. I don't think I really have to do too much exposure stuff. And because we're shooting in RAW, guys, that means we get full flexibility when editing. So as long as nothing is like ridiculously blown out, you're going to be able to recover tons of shadow detail, all kinds of stuff, just off the shot. So just having the flash alone adds so much more detail. It lets you be able to shoot at a higher f-stop, a higher shutter speed to really freeze the frame. And that's going to help you just get cleaner shots that look better when you're doing them. So, I mean, honestly, this is pretty good, guys. I'm pretty happy with this. So in terms of how everything else is set up, so with the stack shot, you can see we can tell it how we want it to rotate and how many rotations we want it to do. And we can even adjust the speed at which it rotates. And kind of the limiting factor and part of what I was setting up last night is you can set it to go really fast, but the problem is with the flash constantly going off so fast is the flash will start to overheat, and then you'll start to get shots where the flash is missing and then it's not lit, and it's going to mess up your spin, right? So I was kind of playing with it last night. I got a second like ramp up and a second to settle, and then it takes a shot. So basically 2 seconds a shot, and we're doing a shot every half of a degree. So it's going to be 720 shots to do a full 360 rotation. And then when we bring that into Premiere at 30 frames a second, that's going to give us about a 24-second clip of just the rotation. It's going to be way higher than 4K resolution, so we can really get some amazing detail out of it. And it's going to be dope. So just to let you guys know, we're doing half degree steps, and that's going to be 720 steps for the full rotation.
So this is, like we said, this is some patience. We weren't joking. There's more patience involved.
Right. Yup. So you can turn the camera 90 degrees. I just don't have that kind of mount right now, or a good tripod head for that. But the other part is I like to shoot wide like this because it translates well. I can use it in a YouTube video. It will go really great there. But the other nice thing is then I can just crop this portion in the video, and we can just make this portrait by editing it so it's perfect for a reel. So we'll get the best of both worlds out of this. That's why I kind of like to do it in this method. So now that everything is set up, guys, pretty much all we have to do, knock on wood, is just hit start on the Cognisys. And it missed that first shot. The flash might not have been on. You know what I'm going to do, guys? I'm going to stop that. We're going to go and we're going to delete these previous photos.
In a true Neil fashion, it has to be perfect.
Oh, it has to be. So we're just going to delete those test ones. We're going to start it over again. The flash thing probably fell asleep. So we're going to go ahead and hit start. It's going to begin. And it's going to go through and just continue to take photos. Like I said, guys, it's going to take 720 photos to do the full rotation. So as it snaps away, does the shots, does everything it needs to, then we're going to see how everything gets all dialed up.
So you can see it kind of slightly moving every time.
Yeah, every shot. You see that, guys? It's a half of a degree every shot that it snaps. And so after all these photos are taken, what we'll do is we can go and just edit the first one inside Lightroom. We can get all of our colors and everything dialed exactly how we want, and then we can apply it to all the other photos afterwards. So what is the other one now? It's like did it backwards.
I'm excited to see this on what it turns out to be. This is going to be beautiful. You guys saw that first test shot. That's like nothing compared to what you guys are about to experience after this.
Yeah, it's gonna. Hopefully, it all turns out great. I think we should be good. And a lot of things like with this is it just takes time and it takes practice, and you have to figure out your workflow and get everything dialed. Obviously, there's a lot of moving parts to what's going on here. So the more you can automate it, the more you do these. Somebody like Eric Nug Shots or TurkCam or Pixel Nugs, guys that do this all the time. They really have their setup, their workflow dialed. I've always been into the macros and doing them. I just haven't had a lot of time to dive into it. So I'm excited that got a little bit of time off over break here, and that we can really start to dive into this stuff and get better at it. So just a few key things, guys, that I think is really going to help a lot, and what's really helped me automatically here is having a studio strobe that's wall powered. So I have speed lights. I have a bunch of speed lights and stuff like that, which are great. The small flashes that fit on your camera. The main issue with those is that they're all battery powered, or you can probably get some AC powered ones. But the one thing is the refresh time is the time it takes to recharge after you take a shot. So you can adjust your stack shot to give it time in between each shot, but we're already at, it's going to take 20 minutes to complete this full stack, or 28 minutes to complete the full rotation of shots. So, the more you're doing, the more flashes you're going, your flash is going to get overheated maybe. So hopefully it doesn't happen here. Another thing that I would recommend that I haven't done is you want to set or ideally you'd like to have a flash cable going to your strobe. So rather than, I'm using wireless right now, sometimes they can misfire. So hopefully we don't get any misfire shots. But if you can go directly into it, you don't have to worry about the wireless. It's always going to strobe with the camera, and that's going to be another beneficial thing. Another thing you want to do is set manual white balance so it's not potentially shifting over your shots. And also manually focus. So set your manual focus so that way your autofocus isn't potentially changing every time. Like if this nug had a lot of leaves hanging off of it and we left autofocus on, it might tend to focus on like a leaf that's closer up, and then all of a sudden that shot would have the bud blurry but the leaf sharp. Another great tip is going to be you want to shoot at a high f-stop, which means you're going to have more area in focus than if you shoot at lower f-stops. You're going to have a lot more background blur, and you're going to have a smaller area that's actually going to be sharp. So if you can get a high f-stop, you can usually get the whole nug in line. And for this one, like I said, I'm using 100 millimeter macro, shooting at f14 right now. And that's going to give us good depth of field to hopefully get the whole bud in focus for the full rotation as it keeps going. So yeah, it's just going to knock it out, take our shots, and we're gonna have some beautiful bud footage. Right? We've already got a pretty good amount of rotation here, you think, man?
Roll that beautiful bud footage. We love it.
Hope you guys all having a good holiday. What's up, Optimal Drinker, Chad Westport? What's up, fam?
Yes, I see
Mary,
all these comments out here. People
out there,
want to know your background and how you got into this.
Geez, says there's a lab coat on for this.
Did you hear me?
What's that?
I said they want to know how your background, how you got into this.
Oh, the background? Well, I don't know. I've always been into like photography and stuff, guys, and just really have been passionate about it for a long time. I actually had a photography business for quite a number of years, doing like Google virtual reality photos, like, you know how you go on maps and you can look around the buildings, like I would go do those. I did weddings and family pictures for probably about 10 years, and you know, pays pretty good, but you know what sucks is your entire summer is gone to shooting weddings every weekend and then editing photos every second of the day after. So I kind of got out of all that, and just started doing it again for just passion, stuff I'm passionate about. And that's ended up working pretty well. I've always loved it. I think that's what's helped with not only the video stuff on our YouTube channel, is just getting a good understanding of cameras, how they work, what is ISO, what is f-stop, how does that all play, you know, your shutter speed, how does that all play a role in the image you're trying to capture in your vision. So I don't know, I've just always been passionate about it, self-taught, never any schooling or anything like that. I did have some graphic design schooling and stuff like that, but I don't think that really quite, maybe a little bit, logos and stuff like that, but
he is so smart.
Oh no! Did we get a misfire?
That just happened.
Uh-oh! It's skipping every other one. It's skipping every other one.
Oh no! So what happens now?
So now it's gonna be a little wonky right there. So maybe what we'll do is we'll stop it.
Do the hardwire thing that you were talking about. Can you still do that?
I don't necessarily. What I think it is yeah, it's the strobe. So the strobe is getting hot, and it's going into a temperature mode. So this might have to be. So there's a few ways we could try and combat this.
Just stop it at the other one.
Well, there's a few different things. So if the strobe is getting too hot, right now we're shooting at 1/16 power on the strobe, so not super high, but it could be either the frequency at which we're taking photos, like we're trying to take too fast in succession and it's starting to overheat the strobe. The other option would be we can try and dial the power on the strobe down to a lower amount, so it's not putting as much power into it, not generating as much heat, but we're going to have to then compensate with our exposure. Yep, exactly. So we'll have to adjust our exposure, our ISO, and then try and do that. So you can already see kind of we're getting that rotation, that beautiful rotation going in. And then each photo as it goes. So you know what, guys, rather than redoing all that and having you guys sit back through, let's just take what we have now and let's turn it into a video and show you guys how we do that.
So basically, yeah.
Because we already have a pretty good amount of rotation here. We'll start with our first shot. And then what we're going to do is we're going to try, we can take a look. I do have some of these these are previous kind of profiles, nothing amazing there. So we'll just go, we'll just edit this one manually.
Me and Big Mom having a party over here. Yeah.
So we can kind of adjust our white balance just a teeny bit. We could do a little bit on the exposure. We don't really have to do too much because we don't want to blow out any highlights. We can turn up the vibrance just a little bit, get a little bit of that green back. There's some clarity, little slider. So editing is kind of really your own thing. And the nice thing is when you guys do shoot raw, you get that full ability and flexibility in your editing. So I'm just going to tweak up this first picture kind of to what I think looks pretty good. Kind of bring some of those highlights down to get some of that detail back. But man, it's really looking pretty good. It really captured some beautiful details, and the flash is going to really capture those details the best.
Beautiful bud footage.
Better than just like having a static light or lamp on it shining constantly. The flash is going to give you so much better and sharper of a result versus just having like an LED panel or something like that on there. It really makes a difference. So the awesome thing about Lightroom is like this one looks pretty good. I don't think we really have to do any other kind of tweaking on this. I like this. So what I can do now is go through every other photo here at the bottom up to where it broke. So we got 157 frames out. Select that. And what we're going to do is there's a button here for syncing. So I hit this, I hit sync, and it's going to apply those same adjustments I made to that first picture to every one of these pictures. So I don't have to go through each one and tweak everyone individually. So now they're all going to be looking exactly the same, and we can kind of motor through here and you can kind of see that rotation, and it's looking great. So once we have all those set and they're all tweaked to the same, now what I like to do, because they are all very large raw files and we don't necessarily need that for this, we can just use JPEGs. In Premiere or Lightroom here, you just have to go to File and Export. It's going to bring up this. Oh, no. What's going on here? Where is it? Email. Because they're all DNGs.
What does that even mean? I don't know what any of this means.
Oh, here we go.
I'm always so mesmerized when Neil can like do all this stuff, and I have no idea what he's doing. Half the time, I'm like, okay, yeah, you push all the buttons you need to push.
We're gonna go to desktop, Nug Shots.
Thank you. I actually grew this baby in a 3-gallon with it's organic turf tea, and we use the watering bases from AC Infinity while we were away at Vegas, and she dried out a little bit, but I think, but I think overall she did pretty good. She was a fat tree.
Yeah, she did turn out really great. Man, you did a good one on this one.
I love it.
So these babies should be exporting.
So you export them to whatever file you need to throw it to, right?
Yep. JPEG, boop, boop, boop.
And then he's gonna make all these photos a video.
Oh, cancel. Must be doing. Oh, it must have just taken its sweet time.
And these ones, and the thing is like he can zoom in like super close on these, and not as close as like a macro shot, but pretty freaking close.
Yeah, this is a further out macro shot, so this isn't trichome level. We can definitely look into doing some trichome level stuff.
We need to do that
in the future, but just for now, the way these are, this is going to be. I mean, these images are much higher resolution than like your typical 4K. So it's 8,000. These are 8,192 pixels by 5,464. So I don't know, like 8K basically. Maybe even a little bit over. So once we get them into Premiere, you guys will see how much flexibility we get in terms of the video side. How we can zoom into that and make it larger or do different effects just off of these regular photos. So they're almost done exporting. Right now we got just over 100 photos here, 157 images. So not a full rotation because of our flash thing. So that's something I got to spend more time on, something I got to work with. I got to figure out what's the rate I can keep it at without having the flash overheat. You know, if the flash is going too powerful or too fast, it's going to overheat. We just got to figure out the right balance of speed and flash power to not overheat the flash, so we can do that full consecutive shots.
Yeah, kitty hair all over you.
All the kitty hairs. So here we go. We got all of our images here as JPEGs now. And one thing I do like to do is rename them. I got a free program here called Bulk Renamer that works really well. So I like to use this one to rename all the files. If I can remember how to do this.
See, this is the nerd part.
It is the nerd part. Here we go. So this is a free app, and it actually works really dope. You can take a whole, like I'll do this sometimes with like GoPro footage where it's just all weird and like names that don't seem to make as much sense. And you can just rename them to 1, 2, 3, 4 in order. So we can take our images here. We have our 1, 2 all the way through, hit rename. Okay. And boom, they're all renamed. Now everything in this JPEG folder is just in the order we took it all the way up to when the flash stopped. So now that we have that set, we can jump over to Premiere. And inside Premiere, whenever you have like an image sequence, I already have a timeline set up that's 4K, 30 frames. And then now it's really, really easy. We can go File, inside Premiere, and then you go Import. And then we can go to the image sequence where our shots were, Nug Shots, JPEG. Click on number 1 image, and then it will automatically check image sequence. And when you hit open, it's going to bring in all of those images into a video file. So now all of those images we just took are translated into a video. And you can see even this new computer I built that's like super fast, kind of struggle beyond 4K resolution here. We're much higher than that. So maybe let me try and close the Lightroom. Might free up a little bit of memory. I do have a ton of memory on here, but it might help with just the performance of the playback. But you can see that, yeah, we got super resolution. We can move it around on here. We can reframe this however we want. We can even zoom in much larger and get a good shot. And somebody was asking about shooting like portrait style. Well, we can take it, we can scale this whole image back and just make it fit. And then what you could do is you could reframe this with Premiere. It has a feature where it will auto reframe and it will make it fit. So we do have like that black is it maybe as perfectly black as we want. So we can definitely tweak this within Premiere itself pretty easily. We can quickly dip that black out, and now we have a perfectly flawless black background. Our nug is nice and exposed well, and everything looks really well. We could do a little bit of sharpening, maybe just a little bit of vibrance. And then, yeah, so that's kind of how I do. And we get that shot. It might not be the smoothest here, but once we render it, guys, it's going to be very smooth. So it really doesn't take long to render. So we'll render this out so you guys can see how it goes real quick. We'll do a few different angles just so you guys can see. We'll do the regular spin. We'll do like a zoom in spin. Maybe a zoom in with a pan down. Another thing you can do is also adjust the speed. So we'll go speed duration. We'll make it half speed. I like the optical flow. Makes it a little bit smoother. So this will be kind of more like a slow motion type spin as it goes down. So
you want to throw some music behind it?
Well, this is just, I guess, more just a proof of concept. So we'll take this and then I don't know. We won't get too much into the deets of editing in Premiere, but we'll just have it start from the top, and we'll have it maybe pan down to like here. And then we can just center that up a little bit.
Yeah.
We can even take this. We could do like a zoom effect. So when it goes, as it rotates, we'll zoom in.
And go up. Can you zoom in and go up?
Like this.
Yeah.
So it really kind of struggles because, like I said, guys, those frames are so high resolution. It don't want to play back like a normal like 4K video would. So that's pretty good. In the end here for all of that, like I said, if we would have got that full rotation, we would have been at about a 24-second clip of just the rotation. So as it sits right now with the mods we've done, the regular clip is just a little over 5 seconds. And then let's export this thing so you guys can see what it looks like and how it goes. And we'll just do another test and export. And it should export pretty quickly. We got about a minute to win it.
Yeah. This is how the nug and the bead porn comes together, y'all.
It is. So this is just a kind of a high level overview, guys. Maybe I'll make another more dedicated video, but it at least gives you an idea of the equipment that's involved, some of the setup process, some of the programs that are being used. Just because it's a lot. We got programs, photos, and the workflow is pretty extensive to make these happen. So you guys can see how much work goes into them. Now doing the stack shots of like tricone level, that's a whole different ball game. So we'll definitely jump into that in another video just to show you guys how it all works. And then now that we got this one, let's show you guys how that turned out. Beautiful. Right? So it looks like it's going pretty good. There might be a little bit of tweaks on the frame rate. There's things that you can do to help even out some of that kind of quirkiness to it. But it does do really well. So I'm not gonna spend all night going into all the nuances, guys, but it definitely makes for a clean, super clean, crispy thing. That's cool. So we can reframe this to a size that would work for Instagram or other social media outlets. It just gives you that flexibility. And these are all still images put together to make a video thing.
Yeah, and imagine you guys, everything that we just did here, imagine it on a super small scale where we're looking at literally the trichomes.
Yeah.
And this is the kind of stuff that is going to be able to do moving forward. So this is literally the tip of the iceberg. So it's really fun to see.
Yeah. So we're definitely going to be doing more of these, guys. Continuing to work on the process, figure out how to make them better, keep tweaking them and just, leveling up. But I just want to give you guys this show kind of a high level overview, how it's done. And this is how you do the 360 style. So yeah, thanks for joining, guys.
It was fun, right?
Yeah. And then we'll have another
We have a stream tomorrow. Our normal live stream.
normal Sunday live stream is tomorrow night, guys. So we know it's Christmas Eve, but if you happen to be home and chilling and not doing anything, come hang out, and we're gonna be having some fun giveaways. Santa's coming, bringing some gifts.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Yup, less technical issues and more hanging out and checking out all the other plants that's growing on.
Yes, you guys hang out tomorrow, 8 p.m.
Yeah, thanks for hanging out, guys. We'll see you later. Have a great night.